An exciting new book is coming out soon. Rockin' Through Troubled Waters is a memoir about surviving the West Coast music scene from 1966 to 1971. The civil unrest, the Vietnam War, political assassinations, the Manson murders, all happened during this time. As a Bakersfield High School student, Don Jung introduced Peter, Paul, and Mary and got them to draw their faces as an autograph. This inspired him to learn the music business. In June 1966, Don started summer school at UCLA. Don's new roommate asked him to help do the light show at the famous Whiskey A Go-Go when they had two bands playing every night. This was the time the West Coast was changing from surf music to a new sound. This was back when the nightclub had go-go dancers in the dancing cages. A year before Light My Fire would be on the radio, the house band that summer was The Doors. The cover charge was $2 and a 2-drink minimum. At that time, the radio featured songs from groups like Sonny and Cher, the Beach Boys, and the Mamas and the Papas, who were only singers. The music was played by session players, later called the Wrecking Crew. A group that sang and played all their instruments was unusual, like the Doors. The young Doors would soon change this. There are several Jim Morrison stories about his drinking and his poetic thinking during this magical summer in Don's book as he saw the band evolve. The Doors were the opening act and just developing their stage show during this summer. The Irish group Them, featuring a 20-year-old redhead singer named Van Morrison, headlined. Don didn't know what to expect, but this was exciting. The last night, Van Morrison and the Doors decided to do a jam session together. Van Morrison didn't know any of the Doors songs, so they did In the Midnight Hour for 25 minutes with each singer trading scat-style vocals with instrumental solos. December 3rd, 1966, actress Tetta Bracci invites Don to go to Ken Kesey's Fall Dance at Stanford University, and she brings in a gallon of vodka. Don meets and drinks with Janis Joplin and her band while the crowd thinks she's drinking water. Read about how she sang A Land of a Thousand Dances that night. Don was at the Cheetah nightclub in Santa Monica to see Big Brother and the Holding Company. This poster forgot to list the concert date. Janis said, "I gotta feel it so the audience can feel it." And she was awesome that night. February 13th, 1968, Jimi Hendrix plays at UCLA's Ackerman Ballroom for $2. They already had 3 hits from their first album, so it was a surprise to see him perform on campus. His guitar playing was out of this world, and he just blew the house down. Don meets 17-year-old Eric Braun after he auditions to be the new guitarist in Iron Butterfly. The tryout goes for 17 minutes, and he does some amazing guitar solos and joins the band. Don helps set up the Shooting Flames special effects for the group to use live. Doug Ingle, the lead singer, was supposed to sing in the Garden of Eden, and instead sings In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, and it becomes the biggest-selling album in 1969. LA's most unknown guitarist, Eric, would leave the group at age 20. Don was surprised to hear that Alan, Blind Owl Wilson, committed suicide at age 27. His group, Canned Heat, had given up all their songwriting royalties to get their drug-dealing charges dismissed in a Denver police setup. He wrote Going Up the Country and On the Road Again. Don's book is a review of a turbulent 5 years in American history. The late 1960s was truly a time of change, and the West Coast was at the epicenter of this movement. This generation was tearing down the boundaries on sex, discrimination, drugs, and the Puritan values of the past. West Coast music was exciting, like a blanket you could wrap around your life. Don has compelling tales to show for it. Purchase the book on Amazon.